Thursday morning. So, yesterday's debacle with the landing gear handle didn't really set me back too far. I ended up getting back to the Pilot and Spiceland about my normal time. So that worked out. It's just a little later than normal. But I still made my first appointment. And I'm already headed to the second one. I had to upload Tuesday and Wednesday's video this morning because I filmed them for the last 2 nights with me being sick. I basically parked, munched on something, got me something to drink, and I just went to bed. Like, I watched a little bit of YouTube, but like I just went straight to bed the last 2 nights. And last night I forgot to put my CPAP on. So I'm a little bit tired than normal. But I slept really good. Like I only woke up once. And I think having that second quilt in here kind of helped get me into a nice little sweat this bug out snap sleep. And then the last couple of nights Anubis has been more cuddly. Usually he sleeps at my feet, but the last 2 nights he was actually up on my side.
There's a speed trap ahead.
He usually seems to know when I'm not feeling good. He's a little more cuddly. Otherwise, he's just, I don't want to lay next to you, I'm going to lay at your feet. Of course, that could be because I get hot. I have a furnace. At least that's what my girlfriend says. The fact that I'm always sweating. Well, I'm not always sweating, but like, I'm hot. I'm always hot. Like everybody else will be cold or whatever, and I'll be hot. Yeah, I think I'm just about over whatever this is. I think it was mainly a sinus thing, because that's all I've really been having issues with is just a congestion. Congestion, aches and pains. So, Dayquil and Alka-Seltzer cold and flu. Get all this mucus and congestion loosened up so I can hawk it out. But it just sucks that I was feeling like crud last weekend. Maybe I'll go out and do something to make up for it this weekend. I don't know. Alrighty. The end of my week is coming ever closer. We are at Fairbury. Just got my paperwork. I will have 25,000 pounds. Give or take a couple hundred. There was another paperclip there. Alright, whatever. That'd be a nice load to run south with. Got my paperwork done. Now I'm just waiting for them to get finished in the dock. There's that paper. So, I was listening to a podcast, and it's really funny. And there was a clip that just made me bust a gut. These guys they're all current or retired out of the service members. And they were making their jokes because one of the guys is mixed with like Mexican and Filipino. Another guy's got like Asian, Filipino, and white or whatever, and they're making jokes. And one guy said authentic Mexican, or Taco Bell, authentic Mexican food. And I had to bust a gut. And I'm gonna try to get that clip for this. If you like Angry Cop, if you like Fat Electrician, Nico. I don't really see much of Nico, but when Nico's on that podcast, it's funny. It's the Unsubscribed podcast. If you like Angry Cop and Nico and that kind of thing, that channel, whenever they're on there, and Brandon Herrera's on there a lot, hilarious. Like you bust a gut when they get going. Like some of them take a minute because they've got to get the mojo flowing so that all their personalities kind of mesh up. Of course, they're drinking the whole time, so it's like James Best if it was a comedy. Yeah. You want a good laugh? Unsubscribe podcast. And if you have pets in the trucks, collapsible bowls. They're perfect for the truck. And if you have a Cascadia, that bottom cup holder holds this perfectly for water. So then you don't have a water bowl running around the truck and you're chasing it down, trying to keep your little four-legged companion hydrated. Come on, bud, up. Come on, Lewis, up. I'll get you some water. One moment. Oh no. Oh no, momento, por favor. I still remember some of my horribly learned secondhand Spanish. Oh no, momento, por favor. Yeah. That is about the gist of my Senate structural Spanish that I know. And that may not even be a sentence, that might be a statement. Well, technically it would be more por favor, momento uno, because they say stuff backwards. Like, I think I remember hearing a joke that Yoda was Spanish or Mexican or whatever because the way he talks, his mannerism and his speech formation is Spanish. Because it's like everything he says is how Spanish people form their sentences. Well, and what's always cracks me up is you always hear a diehard, born and raised Spanish first language speaker And they always have to take a minute to think about how they're going to say something, even though it's their first language. So it's like, like they have to pause and think about what they're going to say, and I find that hilarious. It's like, it's your native language. Why do you have to think about it? And it's not like it's a brain fart like you have. It's just like, that's the steady flow of Spanish for most of the people I know that have been like Hispanic, Mexican. They were fluent Spanish speakers, and they weren't brain farting. That was just their speech. Okay, I like that one. Fizzberry. Ooh. Sugar-free energy drink. Sugar bad. Bad sugar. Caffeine good. Caffeine very good. And now I sit and I wait in the frigid north of Fairbury, Illinois. Fairbury, Illinois. I'm like every week I get up here and I'm like, I'm this far from James's house. And I'm like, I'm this far from Wes's house. And yes, I'm going to keep bringing it up, James. If you see this, you need to go talk to West. He works on heavy machinery. He does the DOT plow trucks up there. He does a couple of the garbage trucks up there. He has a CDL required rollback pickup or rollback truck. Like, he is qualified to work on your truck. And I think it would be awesome if you went and talk to him. And he probably would buy your truck because he's looking to replace his old Ford. And the fact that yours has already got a work bed on it would probably be bonus. So James, go see Wes. He's literally 10 minutes south of you. And if you don't know who it is, it's Watch Wes Work. He doesn't do like how-tos when he works on cars. It's just, hey, this is what I'm working on, and his commentary is why I watch. He's always got a little witty comment, or the way he goes about doing something, and occasionally he'll mess something up, and you like he does that typical mechanic, like, damn it, I messed up. And he shows you that. And another one, Diesel Creek. Diesel Creek, that's Matt. Matt's out of Pennsylvania over there. He lives like right near Ritchie Brothers. That's why I keep telling James, you don't have to go to Texas for a Ritchie Brothers. There's a Ritchie Brother in Pennsylvania. There's a Ritchie Brothers in Tennessee. Yeah. Yeah. That's my spew for today. And again, I'll touch back on. I haven't done nothing for the last 2 days because I did the clips. I just parked and passed out basically every day getting over this cold. I feel like I'm back to myself. I really do. I've got to figure out a GoPro or an action cam or something so I can set it up and I can turn it on and off going down the road for clips. And then something for my RC truck, because I really want to do videos with that. But using my phone and trying to drive, it's really hard. I need to get like a GoPro or something I can put on my controller and just point it at what I'm doing. Or better yet, what I want to do is I want to take and put one inside of the truck, because I don't have an interior, and do that first person point of view, because I do try to keep it scale. Like, obviously it's an RC car, you're going to drive it over cliffs and rocks that you wouldn't with a real car. But when I look for obstacles, I try to approach them like a real vehicle. I'm not just gonna floor it and jump off the bumper. No, I'm gonna come at it from an angle so the tire gets it up first, and then I'll straighten it up again. And now I'm rambling. I'll talk to you later. So my night's about over almost. I got about 20 minutes, 22 miles before I get to my pilot, and I'm stopping for the night. I just got done watching Josh's video of the day. Kind of gives you a lot to think about. A lot to wonder about this stuff. Being a company driver, you don't really see a lot of the extra stress. These assholes that don't know how to slow down in bad weather. Like, it will not kill y'all to slow the fuck down. Might actually save your asses. These flatbeds are the worst. Anyhow, I was able to find that clip from that podcast. I just made it a community post, so if you're watching this, go there and look for it. It's a little, I think it's like a 60-minute clip I had to pull. And the comment I was talking about is towards the end of it, but like the lead up to it, it's pretty funny. And then I also remembered something else I was going to talk about that I forgot earlier. I was going through Indiana over on 24 after I got off on 65, and that I think it's the first town you go through before you get to the state line with the way station. You gotta go through the town, and then you gotta go over a set of tracks that's like 3 or 4 lines. And there was a big commotion going on there where there was a couple cop cars and some stuff up on the rails, like barriers. And I was like, why are they got barriers on the tracks? And then I got up to them, and there's a piece of track bent up into the air. And I was like, oh shit, how'd that happen? And that's when I looked further ahead, and there was an oversized load. It was one of those low boys where they could drop the trailer but still keep the hitch part on the truck. But it was one of those that had the extended rear trailer axle section, and it was hauling one of those, I think it was like a rock crusher. Like, it kind of looked like one of those things they use to chew the asphalt up off the highway and the roads and spit it back into a dump truck, but it was bigger. So I'm thinking it was a rock crusher. Like you have a front end loader dropping like rocks into it to make gravel. But either way, like, that's what apparently caught a piece of the rail, and as it was going over it, it just bent it up. And I was like, well, I guess there's another example of why low boys, I think that's what they're called, low boys. Why low boys have got to be really careful going over train tracks, especially Well, they hump them, which I don't get why they always hump railroad crossings. Why do they always hump them? Like, I get that you usually build a track that you keep it level the whole way. So I'm guessing it had something to do with that. But there was like 3 or 4 lines of track there. That's the other thing I've noticed. That section of highway between 65 and 57, like there are so many oversized loads that run between those 2 interstates that they use that road as a go-between. Like last week, when I was going through there and I hit the state line, there just past the scale were 2 big oversized loads that were carrying those like bridge beams that are like 100 feet long and like 10 feet tall. So like it's literally just the trailer carrying a load, and then it's just essentially a dolly that it's strapped to in the back, and there's nothing really connecting the truck to the dolly except the load. Oh, it's been a long day. Long day. Let's just hope that I can get there tonight and I don't fall asleep without my CPAP. Because I can usually tell when I don't have it on, when I sleep, and when I do. It makes a big difference. This will probably be my last clip for the night. So I figured I'd go ahead and do it while I was driving, since I've not been really doing any closing end of day clips, but I figured I'd do now. Hey, if you get this far, I hope you go over to my community tab and you check out that little clip that I copied from the Unsubscribed podcast. And if you get the joke, you get the joke. If you don't, I'm sorry, but it's really funny if you do. And for anybody that comes over and watches me from James's channel, share it to him. He might get a kick out of it. But I find it funny that like it was just a spontaneous thing that popped up in another show. Yeah. I'm gonna call this a night for this. And get down the road.